Hey, what's up? This is Mel, and you're listening to the H Buzz, the podcast that does its very best to keep you informed of what's taking place here in the Houston area. And I hope that all of you are having a wonderful Christmas holiday season, that you're enjoying yourself, and enjoying all of the wonderful holiday things that are going on here in the Houston area. Things have been going on for quite a while, and we've talked about that in the past, of all the holiday things that have been taking place. And it's amazing because there's so much to do every single weekend here in Houston, or the small towns that are just on the outskirts of Houston. So once again, there's a lot of great things that are going on, and I hope that you are enjoying things. And you know what? Being that this is the Christmas season, it's so easy for so many people to get caught up in what's not important. And that's all of the, the material things that people want. Many times, it's not just the children who want things, but a lot of times the grown-ups, the adults, they want things. We want things. Many times we, if we don't have a significant other, we feel like we're missing out. All those things, but that's not what's really important. What's really important, is giving back and making a difference in people's lives, and finding places where you can serve food, or you can connect and, give. Even if you don't know of any organizations that you can give, this is a great time, to give to those people who are homeless, regardless of what you may think of people who are homeless, if you think they're just lazy or whatever. But a lot of them, they're there because of circumstances, and we don't know who is there because of just not wanting to work, and those who are there because of hard time. But one of the great things about it is that it's an opportunity to just show kindness at this time of the year, whether it's giving them a cup of hot coffee or buying extra blankets. One of the things I started doing a couple of years ago is putting extra blankets in my Jeep, and when I would see them, just kind of, ask them, do you have a blanket, or do you need a blanket? Give them a blanket, and not only that, but also to, give $1 or something. You have it. So it's a wonderful time of giving more than receiving, because a lot of us, we have things that we need. We have the things, we have shelter, we have clothes, we have food. We have the necessities of life, and we are blessed with that. And as I look at this holiday season, I'm thinking to myself, there's really nothing I want. Every time someone says, oh, I bought you a gift for Christmas, there's a part of me that wants to say, just take it back, because I'm just not feeling that this Christmas. The whole giving gifts, it's more about being with people that you enjoy, that you love, and that you appreciate. And I don't know if it's because, so many people are dying, or people that I know or know of, people who I know because of someone else. So many of them have died in the last, whether they're older people or younger people, but it's so many of them. And so it just kind of puts a new perspective for me of what this holiday season is all about. It's not about the stuff. And for those of us who are Christians, it's really about honoring God. And someone wrote a really wonderful thing, and they said, if you don't have anyone to spend this holiday with, you don't have money in your pocket, you don't have anyone who's going to give you lots of gifts, well, don't worry about that, because it's not your birthday celebration anyway. It's someone else's. And that's true. We give all of the gifts to ourselves or to someone else, and very little do we give to God. And the best way to give to God is to touch other people's lives and to help those who are less fortunate. One thing I decided to do this Christmas season, this December, was every Sunday after church I would cook some sort of meal, try to make it feel holiday, and introduce people to foods that they would not normally cook at their house, and then invite different people to the house every Sunday. And it was a really great idea, I think, really wonderful idea that I had. But this is the third week, and I was thinking after the first week, what was I thinking? Coming home from church and having to cook this full meal for people, and you want it to taste really good. You don't want to be, very little time and trying to rush through this meal. and every week I have to think of something different to cook, and so it's like, oh wow, what do I do? What do I cook? I don't want it to be the traditional holiday season meal, but I want to bring in, foods that are available at this time of the year that people would not normally cook at their homes. So it's fun though, because there are people who will bring it over, and they've cook things that they've never had. For instance, butternut squash on last weekend. People had never had it, and it was just amazing. So to introduce them to some foods they'd never had and all that great stuff. But with all of that being said and passed, we're going to talk about what's going on this week in the city of Houston. And of course, there are things that are going on, that have been going on since last month, since November, early last month, that are still going on. So we're going to just rehearse those things and then talk about those things that are happening on this week. So if you're thinking of what can I do this weekend, what can I do with my friends, what can I do with my family, especially those of you who have little kids, this is the best time of the year to really get out and do things. And the kids are getting ready to get out of school, so that's really great, and I'm sure you're really excited about that. But things that are going on, depending on what side of town you live on, hopefully we'll have something that will interest you on this weekend. On the north side, for those of you who are living, let's see, spring is on, I believe, the 45 side. Those of you who are living off of 45 North, Old Town Spring is still celebrating their 33rd annual Home for the Holiday event that's taking place all the way until December the 24th. And they have all sorts of different holiday events. They've got shops and eateries and galleries that are laid out in so many wonderful traditional holidays, laid out so that you can enjoy the holiday when you visit them. And also they have things for the children, all of the lights that'll be on display, and they have train rides, petting zoos, and there's so much more. So if you're interested in that, you live on that side of town, and you're thinking, well, I just want to hop in the car, not drop in the car, but hop in the car and do something with the kids, maybe, or some girlfriends, you want to get together and meet for a nice little brunch this Saturday or Sunday. Well, here's something you can do. Just go by and check them out online at www.oldtownspring.com. Let's see what else is happening that is along the Christmas season. Of course, there are things that are happening downtown. A Christmas Carol, a ghost story of Christmas, that's still going on until December the 26th. And of course, if you have never seen in your life, whether a movie, a play, something that tells the story of a Christmas Carol, well, this is your year to go down and to enjoy that. You can simply check them out online at www.alleytheatre.org. And then of course up in the Woodlands, because I'm down south, so up in the Woodlands, up 45 way, going back north, they have their holiday celebration in the Woodlands, and there's so many great things that are going out there in the Woodlands. There's ice skating, there's oh wow, they've got all kinds of stuff, ice carvings and snow and all manner of things that have been happening since last month to bring in the whole holiday season. So you can go check them out. Of course, you can check them out online at www.holidayinthewoodlands.com and go out there and enjoy some really exciting fun this weekend. So many great things happening out there, and so every weekend they're doing unique things, so it changes by weekend. And then of course there is down in Galveston to the south, there's the Festival of Lights that is happening at Moody Gardens. For those of you who have not seen that, it is a wonderful display of lights and a variety of scenes and wonderful things, just a nice walking tour of lights. And if you have little kids, they will enjoy it immensely. You have teenagers, they can enjoy it, and it's a great place to take photos and just if you have your camera phone, take lots of snaps and memories that can be saved for many years. And I believe they are open, let's see, starting this weekend. They'll be open nightly. Starting, what's today? The 12th? Starting today until January the 4th. They will be open every night. You can go down and check that out. And I believe that's until like from 6 to 10 or something like that, I believe it is. And you can check that out online at www.moodygardens.com. And then, of course, there is the other lighting festival that's happening in the center of Houston, almost the center of Houston, over at the Houston Zoo in the Medical Center. The Zoo Lights is taking place every, I don't know if it's every day. I think it's every day, every evening, except for December the 24th and 25th. But that is taking place. And this year, they have more lights. I think they said they have over 1 million lights that they've added to this year's presentation. So it's really awesome to go see it. I think it's wonderful, and it's a great event to take the kids. And these things are not really that expensive. They're reasonable, and they make for great memories and great photos that you can always show your kids later when they grow up. Of course, you can check that out. Let's see. You can visit them online at visithoustonzoo.org. No, wait, I'm sorry. It is houstonzoo.org. I don't know why I put the visit, but houstonzoo.org. You can find out more about that, ticket pricing, and so forth. And of course, not too far from there, you can check out the ice at Discovery Green. Every week there is something different. They have different events. They have discounted days, I believe, on either Tuesday or Thursday. I think it's Tuesdays that they have discounts that you can do for half off. They do movies. Every Friday night there is a movie that they will show every single Friday night during the course of them being open. At least for this month, I know there's a different movie. So you can go down and you can check that out, and it's downtown, so that's a great place at Discovery Green to just kind of hang out, because downtown over the last few years has become a really nice spot to be during the Christmas season. They're making up for all the years it has been so dry and bummy, so you can go down. There's lights everywhere, so much to do nowadays downtown. And if you want more information on that, you can simply go to Discovery Green, I believe it's .com. I didn't write that down, but you can check that out there. If you want information about the ice skating, but as far as the movies, the movie is free, and I believe it starts, because I didn't look up to see what they were doing, but you can go to discoverygreen.com and check that out and see what time the movie starts and what movie they are showing. I may have it further down in the information, but we're just kind of recapping over things that have been going on. So another thing that's been going on, if you have children, you want to take them down to the Children's Museum. They have the Merry Grinchmas that is happening, and that's all of the Dr. Seuss stuff for those kids who love Dr. Seuss. And you can simply check them out online at cmhouston.org. Once again, that's CM Houston for Children's Museum, houston.org. And let's see what else. Of course, the Nutcracker, the one and only Christmas ballet that tells the story that all children have to see at one point in their life. It's still happening at the Wortham Theatre until December the 29th. You can check them out online at www.houstonballet.org. And even if you're on a budget, they have wonderful matinee performances that you can check out and you can see. Let's see what else is taking place. A Civil War Christmas, an American musical celebration, is happening at Main Street Theatre at Chelsea Market, and that is going on until next week, December the 22nd. And if you want to check that out, you can go to www.mainstreettheatre.com. And it's quite an interesting play. It's set in 1864 in Washington, D.C., during the time of Lincoln and the Civil War and all of that. And so it's a story that's told from different perspectives of people that, was celebrating Christmas or living through a Christmas. I don't know if everyone was celebrating Christmas during that time, but it is a unique story too that you can go down and check out. And let's see, starting talking about what's going on beginning this weekend. Christmas on Main is happening each Friday and Saturday through December the 21st. So this weekend and next weekend in spring. And that is a parade of showcase homes. And I believe that's 12 homes that they will have decked to the fullest in the most festive style, both inside and out, and display their wonderful and unique character from Texas Hill Country, Craftsman, Spanish, Modern, and a lot more. And it's a great opportunity. You can go with your significant other or your friends, have an enjoyable Friday evening, or you can take the kids on Saturday. On Fridays, adults can enjoy carriage rides, strolling through the holiday homes, food and beverage, and more. And then on Saturdays, it's devoted to family fun with pictures and story time with Santa, games, and other activities. You can check them out online at www.mainstreetamerica.com/Christmas. That is again www.mainstreetamerica.com/Christmas. And then also on the north side of town, we have Tomball German Christmas Market and Festival happening this weekend, December the 13th through the 15th in Old Town Tomball. So much is happening up in that part of the city as far as the holiday flavor. And this is just one of those big, huge German Christmas market festival. You know, in Europe, they have the wonderful Christmas markets, and we don't really have them here in the United States. If we do, they're probably on the East Coast, but we really don't have them here in the United States. You know, those Christmas markets that go for like a month and a half when the winter season comes in, and they have those wonderful places that you can go with the family and enjoy the live music and entertainment and all the good food and, you know, all that great stuff. Well, here is your opportunity to enjoy a piece of Europe here in Texas at the German Christmas Market and Festival. And they're going to have all sorts of entertainment, all kinds of food and beverages, and it's going to be authentic German stuff. So it's not the stuff that, you know, someone may pretend, you know, they got a recipe from a German friend, but this is going to be the authentic stuff. So this is your opportunity to go and to enjoy it. I wouldn't even try to say the names of some of the food that's going to be there, but all that great stuff. They're going to even have kettle corn. I didn't even realize that, but I'm looking and they have kettle corn, they have funnel cake, barbecue. So they still have some Texas stuff going on there, and apple strudel and all of that great stuff. So you can check them out at www.tomballgermanfest.org/Christmas-market. That is again www.tomballgermanfest.org/Christmas-market. That sounds really interesting. Wow, I wish I could go, but I have a meeting that's going to be long this weekend. Wow, just for the kettle corn and apple strudel. Can I send someone to go for me? That would be just... Anyway, for those of you that have kids, so many things for the kids. That's the wonderful thing about the holidays. It brings out the kid in all of us. But anyway, for those of you who do have kids, and you want them to watch and see this, the 5th annual Gingerbread Build-Off is happening this Saturday, December the 14th at 10 a.m. at Houston City Hall. It's an opportunity to check out holiday competition. There's going to be more than 30 teams who will create gingerbread buildings and structure within a few hours to be judged by an independent panel of food design, art, and architecture experts in downtown Houston Market Square Park. And it's you can cheer on your favorite team or what looks like it's going to be your favorite team. You can go down there and you can allow the kids to see and to enjoy. Unfortunately, it's a very long address, but I'm going to give you the short of the website, and it's simply aiahouston.org. And that is again aiahouston.org. And it will have the information that will lead you on to the 5th annual Gingerbread Build-Off. And of course, tomorrow we'll have all of this information on our blog page so that you can go back and you can look up the things that we're talking about tonight, and find out the actual website. Anyway, let's see what else is happening now. Here's an event that I am really trying to go to, and I like this event because it's practically all day, so I don't miss out. And that's the third annual Metropolitan Opera National Council Houston District Audition. And this is a great event because you get these wonderful young opera singers who are probably going to be someone great in the next 10 years, and you get to hear them compete. And they will eventually, those who go on to win this competition here in Houston, will possibly have the chance to go and to the finals. I believe it's at the Met in New York. So this is a free event, and it's going on all day Saturday, December the 14th, and it starts at 10 a.m. at the Rice University Alice Pratt Brown Hall. And of course, I said it's free and it is open to the public. You just show up, and then they may ask you to fill out some things so that they can email you and ask for donations or whatever. But it is free, and then they have, I think sometimes they have refreshments, I don't know. But it's a really wonderful event for those of you who love opera and you enjoy seeing young people who have talent display their talent. And of course, as I said, it's free, and then it's over in the village. So, and you know what you can do? You can go and you can enjoy this for the afternoon, go and grab something in the village, and then head over to the Zoo Light. See, that's a wonderful Saturday right there for you. If that's not your thing, here are some other things that are happening this weekend. Of course, two events that are just alike, one on one side of town and the other on the other side of town. So for those of you who are on the north side of the city, in the Lake Conroe area, you can maybe consider heading over to the Christmas Boat Parade of Lights on Lake Conroe this Saturday at 5:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. It says you don't want to miss this annual Lake Conroe tradition. Anyone can enter a boat. That's I don't know if they still have time for that, but anyway, you can sit and you can enjoy it somewhere on the Lake Conroe. I've never been, so I can't tell you exactly where you can sit and enjoy it, but there's plenty of places for you to enjoy it. And they say this year you will have the opportunity to also enjoy fireworks display as well. And you can grab your food, grab your coffee, sit in your cars, I don't know. Go and enjoy it if you're on that side of town. But you can always check them out at www.livelakeconroe.com/Christmas Boat Parade. And that website again is www.livelakeconroe.com/Christmas Boat Parade. You know, the thing about it, you don't even need the website. You could just hear the name of these events, and then you just Google it if you miss anything. And then for those of you who are on the south side of the city, there is another Christmas Boat Parade that has been going on for years. I've gone a few times, and I really enjoy it. Before they start, one community, they pretty much shut out the rest of the world. They didn't want us to come and enjoy it in their neighborhood anymore. So you have to go to Kima, and that is the Christmas Boat Parade down at Kima. That's happening this Saturday at 6 p.m. And it will be over 100 boats will be decked for the holiday as they cruise along the Galveston Bay. And of course, you want to get there in plenty of time to get a good seat or good place to watch it. It's really limited nowadays because you can only really watch in certain areas. But there are other parts of the bay that you can maybe find a good spot to watch if you're staying at the Hilton or if you're in different places. So you can get there kind of early, but that starts at 6 p.m. And then let's see what else is happening. We have a few musical things. Let's see. Earth and Vessel present Amal and the Night Visitor, and visitors, I should say, and that's happening this Saturday and Sunday, yes, December 14th and the 15th at the Houston Ballet Center for Dance, Margaret Elkeck William Dance Lab. And this is, I believe, their final production, not for the season, but completely their final production that they will do, period. And so that's going to be happening this weekend. And it's, I think it's a little bit of opera and a little bit of ballet, but it is I think along the story. Well, let me just read what it has right here. Let's see, what does it say? A widow and her young disabled son are visited one night by three wise men. This encounter and the mystery that occurs are at the heart of this family-friendly production of this opera sung in English. And this performance is a wonderful holiday tradition for the entire family, which is a great thing. You always want to have something that's great for the entire family. Also, if we have people that happen to be deaf, they will have the American Sign Language. Someone will be there also doing some form of signing. So that's a good thing, that they are considerate of those who may be hearing impaired. So if you'd like more information about this, or you'd like to purchase tickets, simply visit them at www.evsdance.org. That's Earth and Vessel. So that's www.evsdance.org. And then let's see what else is happening. The Children's Christmas and New Year celebration is happening at the Russian Cultural Center this Sunday at 4 p.m. And this is along the the theme of the Tale of Arabian Nights. So that always seemed to enchant children, you know, the story of Aladdin and Princess Jasmine and all of that great stuff. So if your kids love the Tale of the Arabian Nights, or they love Aladdin and Princess Jasmine, this may be something you want to take them to and enjoy a little bit of culture at the Russian Culture Center. You can check them out at www.urtx.org. That address again is www.urtx.org. And then we have, let's see, one last event. Fate Loves the Fearless, Sunday, December 15th at 3 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. at Resurrection Metropolitan Community Church. And they say you can join your neighborhood orchestra for an exciting winter concert. Works to be performed include works by Mozart, Beethoven, and some others. So you can check them out at HoustonHeightsOrchestra.org. That's HoustonHeightsOrchestra.org. And I think I ran across something else before I close. Yes, I did. The Handel's Messiah free 10th anniversary concert, December the 19th, 20th, and 21st at 8 p.m. featuring choir and full orchestra with special guest soloists. And this is happening at Christ Evangelical Presbyterian Church. And they do have a website. Let's see. That is www.cepc.org. Once again, that's www.cepe.org. I'm trying to see if that's all of the information I have for this weekend. There's a lot more happening in the city, and so much more. So if you're just driving by, you never know. You may come across something that's happening. Of course, Houston Symphony, they're doing their thing this weekend. You can always check them out at the HoustonSymphony.com, I believe is their website. You can always check them out. HoustonSymphony.org, and see what they have going on this weekend. And of course, as I said, there's always something going on. So many churches are doing their Christmas programs this weekend, and you may want to check them out as well. And of course, I should put this in. Our church is going to be having their Christmas program on next Sunday, the 22nd, I believe it is, and it's going to be at 10 a.m. Our children are going to be putting on their Christmas program. So if you're in the south part of the city, you are more than welcome to come and visit us for our Christmas program. And of course, I'll bring that back up on next week and tell you more about it. But it's on the south part of the city, and you can always check us out on our website, which is www.newlifetemplecchurch.com. So that's about all the things that are happening in this week. So if you have an event that you'd like for me to talk about, mention on the H-Buzz, please give me a buzz at 281-748-6293. That number again is 281-748-6293. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter at thehbuzz. Want to drop us an email? You can do that, thehbuzz@gmail.com. And if you missed any of the information we were talking about, you missed a website, missed the name of an event, you can always check our blog at thehbuzz.wordpress.com. And on Fridays, we do post the things that we talked about here on this podcast. And of course, always the podcast is made available to you on iTunes on Friday mornings. That being said, guys, I want to say I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast and being a part of this podcast. Because of you, we have something to do on Thursday nights or Wednesday night to tell you about what's going on in the city of Houston. Be safe, don't drink and drive, and if possible, don't drink at all. But if you do, please make sure that someone else is driving. Have fun this weekend. Spend it with your family, your friends. Do something exciting other than just staying in the house and doing nothing. And I want to say this before I leave. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you too.